Passion drives people, and time and again I am getting proved about this, especially on the motorcycle front. I When I picked up my bike about what like 9 months ago, last year, I had a different kind of mindset. I had a different kind of like an attachment or liking towards this whole Java bike. It's like the typical retro bike which you used to see it in the 70s or 80s movies. And again, it has like was manufactured here in India, in Mysore, in fact. And the moment I bought it, okay, and then I got it home, or like whenever I take out, I bump into so many people. I'm telling you, I bump into so many people who literally like are just so fascinated about this bike, are so passionate about this bike. Maybe they have owned one, maybe they have had somebody in their family who had this one, maybe they had owned and they sold it off, or it's got stolen or whatever it is. And some people have bought it now, like not the newer ones, the used ones. They have bought ones which are not working, and they have literally made it completely rebuild it entire thing and have it working. So why I'm telling this is like today morning I went for a ride, and almost like two-third the distance away, like I stopped at one place to take some photographs, and there was this guy who came to me. He was riding his bike, slightly probably around like mid 40s or early 40s kind of a guy. He came to me and he asked me about the price about my bike, and the very moment I told him about the price, he told, isn't it supposed to be less than that? Then I told, like, the showroom price is so much, but on road is like much higher than what it is. And then he told, like, they have I mean, where he was referring to the Java motorcycles, classic Java Private Limited. So they've retained all the look and feel of the old one itself. They've not changed anything. That's the first thing he told me. I told him, yeah. And then he himself volunteered to tell that he owns about like some 7 vehicles, vintage vehicles, and of the 7, one of them is a Lambretta, which is kind of like a geared scooter, and of the 6, one of them is a Kawasaki 4S, which is one of the pretty iconic bike, like when we were youngsters, and rest of them are different models of Java. The Road King 250D, the Parak kind of Java, the single seater one, everything. Like he has about 5 of them, all of them rebuilt, all of them in working condition, all of them like looks like spanking new, or whatever, sparkling new, whatever you can call it. And then he opened his phone, he just went to his gallery and he started showing me the photos of his bikes and all. Then he was saying like, I like Java bikes, I'm very attached to these Java bikes. And he kept on telling like he has so many bikes, and this he spent so much for buying, and how much he spent for rebuilding it and making it into working condition and all. So then, I mean, he's spent considerable amount of money rebuilding all these bikes. I mean, I don't know if he himself did it or he's got it done, but he told me that he has done it. But it was very visible in his eyes and his enthusiasm that he was like really passionate about owning those bikes and having them working and up and running. And I just casually asked him where he is from. So he told he was from a village called Malvalli, which is quite close to Mysore. And I asked him what made him come to this place where I was riding, which was somewhere near Ramnagara, just quite far from Mysore. So he told like he is not from Ramnagara, but he has come for one of his personal work, like his side business, and he had come for that. And then I told, okay, fine. And then he told like, by profession, I am a BMTC bus driver. And that's kind of like got me in this it struck me like, wow, this is nice, interesting. It's not that this guy is a businessman who's dealing with some wood related stuff or construction and all those stuff. This guy is a BMTC bus driver who has a part-time job, like being in business related to wood supply to construction sites, and he's passionate about bikes. I mean, it's all 3 are different things: business, his profession, his passion, all 3 are different. But I like the way he concentrated more on this bike front of it, and how like he kept on like I could see and I could feel his enthusiasm when he was talking, and that's exactly I really like the way the conversation went. And going back in time, I think it was early this year, if I'm right. I don't remember when. Maybe in Jan or Feb, I'd gone for a second visit to the seat modification shop that is there in Shivaji Nagar to get some more alterations done to my bike seat. And this was like almost late in the evening, and I was waiting for my seat to get ready, and this one gentleman who is probably like 60 plus, he had accompanied one of his friend who was getting his scooter seat done or something like that. So he walked up to me and he asked when did they launch it and how much does it cost and what's the CC and all the stuff. And then he went on to tell that he was a mechanical engineer, and he had a company which was providing mechanical parts, I think cams is what he told, to Java motorcycles in Mysore, the actual ideal Java motorcycles. The company, he used to provide raw materials for them for the bikes. And it didn't stop there. When we continued the conversation, he kept on telling me so many trivia things about he owning Java, he owning multiple Java bikes, and one of his bike getting stolen. I think it was Road King that he mentioned, like one of his bikes getting stolen, and apparently he was participating in rallies and all those stuff in his younger days, and one of his bike got stolen quite some time back, and he stopped investing or maintaining bikes because somehow probably that psychological thing that. But he kept on telling me about trivia about how the ideal Java actually came to India, and most specifically to Mysore, and how the erstwhile king of Mysore, he gave the land and what was the deal, and who owns the whole Java brand part of it, and this whole logo, who owns it now, the heritage part of it, and why the person Irani is a part of this classic Java private. This guy knew even the current one. It's not that he was buffing around with only the older one. He knew what is classic Java Private Limited, the newer company, what is the role of Anand Mahindra or Anupam or Irani. He knew what he was talking, and it's fantastic. He was so passionate about telling stories about everything about the old Java, the bikes, his racing days, and all those things. It's really nice to bump into such people and talk to them about what they like and what they're passionate about. And it's very easy. Like you look at the way they talk, you look into their eyes, you look at their voice. It becomes very evident that how passionate they are about what they are talking about, and how much they love that subject. Like in this case, I'm like literally talking about bikes, and more so specifically Java bikes. So I just thought I'll quickly touch upon the story. Like I had not spoken about the previous one because I had not started my the new normal daily vlog then. But the incident that happened today, I was just riding back and I could recollect everything that has happened in the past. Like so many people bumping into me and talking about their liking about the old Java, the Road King, everything. So that's pretty much what I wanted to tell. It's a holiday day today here. It's Krishna Janmashtami. Nothing much of a festival for us. It was a pretty silent day. I got up early, went to the small ride near Savandurga, Ramnagar area. Basically, I just went for a ride, clicked a few pictures, and just came back. I was testing one app that I had downloaded. I wanted to see how it works and all. So that's how my day went. And most importantly, bumping into this gentleman. It was very nice. Thank you so much. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.